Ya, jadi terakhir kita bahas tentang binomial expansion. Kita sudah bahas dari tentang patternnya ya. So we have discussed about the pattern of a binomial expansion. So if we have a plus b to the power of something, yeah, we have already learned the pattern. So the pattern consists of its coefficient or coefficients, yeah, which is okay, what is it? Yeah, which we can conclude from or we can take from Pascal's triangle, yeah. So it's similar or it's the same as the terms in a Pascal's triangle. That's for the coefficient. And for the second part is the power, yeah, the power. Okay, sebentar. Yeah, so you have to pay attention to both the coefficients and the powers to expand about a binomial power, yeah. So a power of binomial. Okay, so yeah, let's look at an example that we discussed last time. Okay, I'll share this one. Sebentar. Oke, sebentar. June. Yeah. So yeah, this is the pattern of Pascal's triangle, and it is of coefficients of a power of a binomial. Yeah, and let's go to So let's look at this slide. Yeah, and so the pattern matches the those of the Pascal's triangle, and for the coefficient, the coefficient matches the Pascal's triangle, and for the power of each term, it goes something like this, yeah. So for power of 1, so for power of for the first term, it will be a to the power of to the highest power, yeah. So for example, a plus b to the power of 3, then the first term will contain a to the power of 3, yeah. And then the next term will be a to the power of 2, the next term will be a to the power of 1, and the next term is a to the power of 0. Or you don't need to write that because a to the power of 0 is 1, yeah. And for b, it's the reverse. So it starts nothing, or b to the power of 0, and then the next term will have b to the power of 1, and then b to the power of 2, and then b to the power of 3, yeah. Yeah, or you can also see it from the last term. So from the last term, we have b to the power of 3, to the power of 2, to the power of 1, and to the power of 0, or no b, yeah, in the first term. Yeah, yeah, and the pattern continues. So for a2 plus b to the power of 4, then the coefficient is 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, the same as the fourth row of a Pascal triangle, right? And then yeah, for the power, then we'll have a to the power of 4, and then next term a to the power of 3, a to the power of 2, a to the power of 1, and yeah, we don't have a in the last term. And for b, we have from the last term b to the power of 4, b to the power of 3, b to the power of 2, b to the power of 1, and nothing in the first term. Yeah, so that's the pattern. So for the coefficient and the power, yeah. And actually, you can notice one more thing, which is the power, yeah. So you can see that the power, it goes from power of 4. For A, it goes from the highest power to the lowest power, and for B, it goes from the lowest power to highest power, right? And in total, the power will always give you, yeah, the sum of the power will always be the same, yeah, for each term. So here in the first term we have a to the power of 4, so the sum of the power is 4. In the next term, power of 3 and power of 1. So again, the sum is 4, yeah, 3 plus 1. And then in the next term, a to the power of 2, b to the power of 2. Again, the power is 2 and 2, so the sum is 4. Sum jumlah, ya, sum jumlah. And then the next term, a to the power of 1, b to the power of 3. And the last term, b to the power of 4. So all terms will give you the same same amount of, or same sum, yeah, of the power. Okay, each term will give you the same power. I mean, if you add up the power, then you will get the same thing, yeah. Okay, so yeah, we talked about this one, so let's skip this. Yeah, and by the way, the coefficient, I'll just remind you, in the end, because each term of the binomial, so use yeah, the basic form is a plus b to the power of something, right? A plus b to the power of something, but in reality, you will get a problems like this, yeah. So instead of a plus b or x plus y, you will get something like x plus 2y, for example, or maybe 2x minus 5y or anything. And so you will get different what's it? Yeah, different example, yeah. For sorry, I mean different. In the end, we will get different coefficient, yeah, for each binomial. Because if we have like x, yeah, here we have x cubed, x squared, x, and no x in the last term. And for y, we have from the last term we have 2y cubed, and then 2y squared, and then 2y, and then yeah, nothing. And yeah, as you can see, for example, here we have 2x squared times 2y, yeah, so we have 2x squared times y, and this is not yet multiplied by the power from the coefficient from the Pascal triangle, yeah. Yeah, so you can do it like this, or you can do it directly. So something like this, yeah. So like x, yeah, 1, 3, 3, 1, and then x cubed, and then x squared, x, and yeah, x to the power of 1 or x. And in the last term, we have x to the power of 0, or you don't have to write it because it's just 1. And then for y, from the last term, we have 2y to the power of 3, and then 2y squared, and then 2y, and yeah, nothing in the first term. And yeah, you can do it like the example in this PowerPoint, which is step by step. Yeah, I mean, you consider the powers first, and then you multiply by the coefficient, or you can do it directly by putting it in the same same place. Yeah. So in the end, you will get the same thing: x cubed plus 6x squared y plus 12xy squared plus 8y cubed. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, and so yeah, you will get the same thing, right? Yeah, so it's up to you if you want to do it in one place, or you ya dipisah-pisah gitu ya, satu persatu. Silakan, bebas saja. Okay, next. Okay, let me clear this one. Yeah, next is this. So this is basically the same because it's a power of 4. Then we can check this one, the fourth row, or the row 4. Yeah. Yeah, and also the terms. Yeah, and you will get in the end the answer. Yeah, the question is, this is basically the same as before. Sometimes instead of asking you to expand a power, a binomial power, yeah, sometimes it just asks you to find one term, yeah, or coefficient of one term. Like for example, in this case, this one, what is asked in this question is not the coefficient, yeah, but you are given a binomial to the power of 3, and then you are given that the coefficient of x squared is 294, yeah. And yeah, basically we do the same thing. We can expand. We can do the same thing. We can expand the binomial, and then get the intended term, and then we can make an equation from that. Yeah. So basically, what we did in this case was finding all the terms. Yeah. And then so this one will be 3 times 2, so 6 times negative cx squared is 6c squared x squared. Yeah. So, and we know that the coefficient of x squared is 294. So this one, 6c squared, is equal to 294, right? Yeah, something like this, and you get c. And so that's what we talked about in the last meeting. Yeah, and let's add a bit more example, yeah, before we continue. Binomial theorem, yeah. Oke, sudah berubah ya. Yeah, so this is basically what I gave you on the first meeting, yeah. So I asked you to open this file, this website. I gave you the link on the Google Classroom, and I asked you to learn from this page. And so basically we do the same thing here. Let's, ini udah ya. Ini this is basically the same as before. So if we have power of 3, then we look at the pattern and so on. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, this is Pascal's triangle. So yeah, by the way, if you want to try, you can try. Yeah, if you want to check, yeah, if you want to check the whether you have understood using Pascal's triangle to expand the binomial, you can like find, for example, a plus b to the power of 5, yeah, a plus b to the power of 5. So you make you write down the next row by yourself, and then you make the power, and then you can check, yeah, for power of 5 you can check here, and for the next power you can yeah, you can find it somewhere, yeah, just to check whether you have understood this topic of finding or expanding binomial power, ya. Jadi apakah kalau kalian merasa belum terlalu paham gitu ya, bisa dicoba ini A tambah B pangkat 5. Kemudian bisa cek di sini ya kalau pangkat 5. Kalau pangkat 6 silakan dicoba juga. Nanti berarti buat baris selanjutnya dari segitiga Pascal lalu dibuat pangkat-pangkatnya gitu ya. Ya. Yeah, so let's look again at this. And yeah, okay, let's just look at this one. Yeah, and actually yeah, we discussed about how each term will give you so the power for each term. So sorry, the sum of power of each term will always be constant, yeah. So in power of 4, you will get sum of all power is 4. In power of 5, you will get that all sum of the power is 5, yeah. So a to the power of 5. This is 4 and 1. So again 5, 3 and 2. So again 5, 2 and 3, 1 and 4, and 5. Yeah. So all terms, the power will always add up to 5. Yeah. Okay. So how can you use that? Yeah, how can you use that? So let's skip this one for now. Yeah, okay, so okay, for this one, this is basically the same as before. So let me skip this one. Yeah, so we can use this actually to find something like this. Yeah, what is the coefficient of x to the power of 3 in 2x plus 4 to the power of 8? Yeah. So of course, in a problem or in a question like this, you can always expand. Yeah, you can always expand the power. You can expand all. Yeah, but this is of course not efficient. Yeah. So what can we do instead? Instead, we can just consider the relevant power. Yeah. So okay, let's look at this example. What is the coefficient of x cube? Yeah. What's the coefficient for x cube in 2x plus 4 to the power of 8? Yeah. So let's try to expand this. 2x plus 4 to the power of 8. So yeah. So first, what can we have here? Okay, so let's look what do we have. 2x plus 4 to the power of 8. Yeah. Okay, so the power is 8. So it means it will correspond to the 8th row, yeah, or row 8 on the Pascal's triangle. Right. So this is row. Okay, so we start with row 0, yeah, row 0, and then row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, and then row 6. Okay, this is already so much work, yeah. Yeah, even if it's not that hard, but it's already taking our time. 35, yeah, 35. Sorry. 21, 7, 1, and then the last row will be, or row 8 will be 1, 8, 28, 65, 56, and then 70, 56, 28, 8, and 1. Yeah. Okay. So we will use this row, right? So if we are to expand this, yeah, as you can see, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 terms, yeah. And it's quite a lot. And so instead of looking at all these terms, I mean, instead of writing down all these terms, let us just use our knowledge that each term, yeah, each term will be of the form like this, yeah. So a plus b to the power of n. Each of the term will be of the form, yeah, something, some coefficient from the Pascal's triangle times a to the power of something times b to the power of something, right? Yeah, so the first term will look like this, and then the second term also, a to the power of something, b to the power of something, right? And then, yeah, the next term as well, it will be like that. And in case of power of 8, yeah, let's just use power of 8. It will be something like this, yeah, so 1. Yeah, so this something over here is 1, right? And then the next one will be 8. And then the next one will be 28 times a to the power of something, b to the power of something. Okay, how about the power? So the power for the first term, it will start with 8, and then 7, and then 6, yeah, and so on. So let's just continue with the next line, yeah. So this one will be 28 times a to the power of something, b to the power of something. So this is 8, 7, 8, 7, 6, yeah. 8, 7, 6. How about the b? So the first one won't have any b, so it starts from 0, yeah, 0. Or actually you can just erase this one. And then 1, 2, and so on, yeah, and so on. Okay, again, notice that each power will add up to 8, yeah. Right, each term, the power for each term will add up to 8. So what does that mean? That means if we have 2x plus 4 to the power of 8, then the power of 2x and the power of 4 will add up to 8 as well, right? Okay, so what? So if we want to find x to the power of 3, we just need to find, yeah, so each term will be, yeah, each term looks like this, something times 2x to the power of something times 4 to the power of something, right? And this something, yeah, let's say m and n, yeah. This something, this m and n will add up to 8. Okay. And then how about the coefficient? We can find the coefficient later, yeah, after we find the power. So first let's find out what the power is, yeah. So we want coefficient of x cubed. So notice that the only one that will contribute to the power of x is this one, right? Yeah, this is just 4, so it will not change the power of x, and also the coefficient will not change the power of x. Yeah. So when we want to find the coefficient of x cubed, first we have to look at this one because yeah, it is the only one that will contribute to the power of x. So then from this, actually, we can conclude what m is. Yeah. Okay, so what is m? here m has to be 3, right? Oke, ada yang tidak setuju? Ya, setuju semua ya, pangkat 3. Kenapa pangkat 3? Supaya kita dapat nanti bla 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 pangkat X pangkat 3 gitu ya. Nah, seperti itu kurang lebih. Nah, berarti sekarang N-nya berapa? Nah, N-nya bisa kita dapat tadi karena so because each term, yeah, if we expand this each term, when we have the term in this form, the power will always add up to 8, yeah. So m plus n will be 8. So if m is 3, then n is 5, yeah. So this will be 4 to the power of 5. Okay, so lastly, let's decide or let's find what the coefficient is, yeah, from the Pascal's triangle. Okay, so how to do that one? We can do it by looking at the power, yeah. So because it starts from 8 to the power of 8 or 2x to the power of 8, yeah. So it will be power of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, yeah. 3, 1, 2x to the power of 3. So we use this one, yeah. Yeah, tadi yang term, the first term will have 2x to the power of 8, right? So this one will give you, this one will be paired there with 2x to the power of 8. Sorry, 8. The second one will be paired with 2x to the power of 7. Yeah, times 4, yeah, times 4 to the power of 1. Yeah, and so on. So we can just count it from there, yeah. We can just count from there. So to get 3, we just count. So this one will be 2x to the power of 8, 2x to the power of 7. So let's just look at the power, yeah. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, yeah. So it the coefficient of x to the power of 3, 2x to the power of 3 is this one, 56, yeah. Yeah, it means you will get yeah, here it will be 56. Yeah, so the term that we are looking for is 56 times 2x to the power of 3 times 4 to the power of 5. And so what is the coefficient? Yeah, the coefficient is, yeah, we expand this one and we'll get the coefficient, ya. Jadi ini, ya ini agak besar ya angkanya. This is 56 times 2 to the power of 3 is 8. And then 4 to the power of 5, ya. Okay, 4 to the power of 5 is 2 to the power of 10, so it's 1024. Ya, ini dikalikan gitu ya. Ini kalau nggak salah ratusan ribu nih hasil akhirnya. Ya, 56 kali 2 seperti 12, 12 kali 4, 48, 48 kasih 24. Ya, 400-an ribu berarti ya. Ya, kita cek saja di bawahnya karena sudah jawabannya. Nah, 458752 ya. 458752. So this is equal to oke, mungkin ada yang nggak kelihatan ya kalau di bawah gitu. So this is equal to 4, 5, 8, 7, 5, 2 x cubed, ya. So the term will be this, and so the coefficient is for, yeah, this one ya. Ya, pokoknya inilah. Yeah, this will be the answer. Okay. Ya, kali ini lumayan hitungannya, tapi benar bisa dipahami ini konsepnya. Ya, belum ada pertanyaan lagi kah?
Mister,
Ya, silakan.
berarti itu nggak usah kayak dicari X-nya gitu, Mister.
X-nya X pangkat 3.
Nah, iya maksudnya berarti nggak usah kayak di akar pangkat 3 gitu, 400.000-nya.
Oh, enggak usah.
Oke, Mister. Thank you,
Oke,
Mister.
Oke. Ya, apa? Ada lagi?
Tapi emang kenapa nggak di...
Kenapa enggak? Karena yang dicari adalah koefisien. Gini ya, jadi saya kalau misalnya ini, what is y plus 5 to the power of 4? Kamu jawabannya dapatnya ini. Kalau sampai sini paham nggak?
Iya, Mister, paham.
Oke, paham ya. Nah, misal saya ganti, what is, misalnya y plus 5 to the power of 4, what is the coefficient misalnya of y, ya sama y squared ya, in y plus 5 to the power of 4. Nah, kalau kayak gini jawabannya apa?
Oh, iya ya Pak, Mister. Berarti itu 400.000 itu tuh koefisien X pangkat 3-nya gitu ya, Mister?
Betul, koefisiennya saja.
Oke, thank you, Mister.
Oke, welcome. Ya, gitu ya. Untuk yang masih belum paham, jadi di sini kalau saya ganti, saya pakai soal yang lain ya ini. What is the coefficient of y squared in y plus 5 to the power of 4? So we can expand this one. Ya ini kalau pangkat 4 mungkin masih gampang ya kita expand-nya. So we can expand this one and we'll get this. And so the power of y squared, the coefficient of y squared is 150, right? Yeah. So this example, the next example is basically like that. Yeah. We can actually expand everything, but yeah, the problem is there is so many terms. Yeah. So it will be a waste of time if we do it one by one. So instead, we just apa istilahnya? We just isolate. Yeah. We just isolate the term that we need. Yeah. We just isolate the term that we need, which is power of 3. And yeah, we try to apa ya? Yeah, we try to figure out what the term looks like, yeah. What the term looks like, and after we figure it out, then we just count it as usual, and we'll get the answer and the coefficient, ya. Ya, so ya kurang lebih seperti itu. Jadi yang dicari adalah koefisien, jadi bukan x-nya, tapi koefisien saja. Oke, ya, thank you for the question, ya. Oke, kalau saya hapus dulu di sini. Nah, ini kalau kalian lihat di sini pembahasannya, kalau ada yang sudah sempat baca gitu ya. Ya, ini kurang lebih sama, mungkin saya ini lagi. Ya, kurang lebih sama gitu ya. The exponent for x cube are 8 minus 5 equals 3 and 2x. Nah, ini soalnya dia udah pakai bentuk rumusnya gitu ya. Jadi kalau kalian lihat di sini ada rumusnya seperti ini gitu. Seperti ini, sorry. Mana ya? Ya, pokoknya untuk pangkatnya bentuknya seperti ini. Kemudian nanti koefisiennya bentuknya seperti ini gitu ya. Nah, ini apa maksudnya nanti? Ini akan kita pelajari selanjutnya. Ya intinya, nah kayak gini ya. Ini seperti itu. Jadi bentuknya, nah sigma ini artinya jumlah ya. Nanti kita bahas. Nah ini adalah yang di dalam kurung ini adalah koefisiennya gitu ya. Nah ini nanti yang akan kita pelajari selanjutnya. Ini itu dia nilainya akan bersesuaian dengan yang ada di segitiga Pascal gitu ya. Dan selanjutnya untuk pangkatnya A pangkat N min K kali B pangkat K gitu ya. Artinya apa? Artinya kalau kalian lihat N min K sama K jumlahnya pasti selalu N gitu ya. Jadi kalau N-nya 8 atau pangkat 8, ini pangkat 8 min 5 misalnya kali B pangkat 5 gitu ya. Sehingga jumlahnya tetap 8. Nah, dia langsung pakai rumus itu.
Aku coba telepon Inggit soalnya udah jawab.
Nah, di sini dia langsung pakai rumus itu sehingga dapat menyimpulkan dengan cepat bahwa di sini 2x pangkat 3 dan 4 pangkat 5 gitu ya. Ya, kita juga sebenarnya tadi nggak lama-lama banget ya, cuman apa namanya? Ya nggak kenapa-napa ya. Intinya sama aja. Kemudian untuk depannya 56 tadi, nah disinilah keuntungannya ada rumus. Ada rumus gitu ya. Karena tadi kalau kalian ingat kita dapat 56 ini bagaimana? Kita mulai dari segitiga Pascal, ya mau nggak mau kita dari awal gitu ya. Dari awal sampai baris ke-8. Nah, dari situ setelah itu baru kita tentukan yang mana gitu kan. Nah, untuk menuliskannya dari awal sampai baris ke-8 itu butuh waktu yang lama gitu ya. Nah, makanya di sini sangat ya mungkin lebih baik gitu ya kalau kalian juga pahami atau kalian tahu rumusnya gitu untuk mencari masing-masing angka di segitiga Pascal ini. Nah, oke, ini sebenarnya di sini dia juga semacam dia jabarkan gitu ya, tapi nggak semuanya. Sini cuma dihitung pangkatnya saja gitu ya, 2x-nya pangkat 8, 4-nya pangkat 0, 2x-nya ya kayak ini ya, 2x pangkat 8 mana ya? Nah ini. Ya, A pangkat 8, B pangkat 0 gitu kan. Kemudian A pangkat 7, B pangkat 1, dan seterusnya. Nanti dia cari yang pangkatnya menghasilkan X pangkat 3 gitu. Nah, dan di sini dia dapat. Setelah itu baru dikasih koefisien dari segitiga Pascalnya, atau kalau dia dengan rumusnya gitu ya. Nah, dan seterusnya nanti dapat sama 56 kali 2X pangkat 3 kali 4 pangkat 5 di segitu ya. Nah, seperti itu. Oke, nah sedikit lagi ya, mohon maaf ini. Kita kembali ke PPT.
Yang maklumnya sudah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay. Okay, so let's continue. So, like I said before, what we are going to do next is to find test. So what we are going to do next is to find the coefficient of each term, yeah, without using a Pascal's triangle. Okay. So yeah, this is okay. Jadi sebenarnya ini babnya bukan permutasi dan kombinasi ya, cuma di sini dia nyambung gitu. Permutasi dan kombinasi sendiri dia masuk ke bab peluang gitu. Nanti mungkin di kelas 12 setelah ujian Cambridge gitu ya, kalian baru masuk ke sini. Terutama permutasi ya. Kita ini dulu dikit lah. Kita sekalian sedikit belajar tentang dasarnya permutasi. So, 3 people, ya ini contoh. 3 people were in a race, A, B, C. How many different options of finishing positions are there ya? So, ya maksudnya apa? Maksudnya nanti yang urutan pertama, kedua, ketiganya siapa itu ada berapa kemungkinan gitu. Okay, so we can list all possible option or all possible finishing positions ya, one by one, because there is only 3 people. So if the first one is A, then the second one can be B or C, yeah. So if the first one is A, then there is only 2 possibilities, yeah, ABC or ACB, right? If the first one is B, then there is only 2 possibilities as well, BAC or BCA. And if the first one is C, then the next one will be A and then B or CBA, yeah. So in total, there are only 6 possible finishing position, yeah. Yeah, there are only 6 possible, 6 possibilities. And yeah, let's skip this one. Yeah, so in short, langsung saja ke intinya ya, langsung ke rumusnya. To find it, we use to calculate the number ya. We can multiply all number until with the previous number until 1 ya. So in this example, we have 3 people racing, or we want to find the order ya. Kita mau mencari urutannya gitu ya, dari 3 orang. Ada berapa kemungkinan? Nah, karena ada 3 orang, kita kalikan 3 kali 2 kali 1 gitu ya. Singkatnya seperti itu. 3 kali 2 kali 1 sama dengan 6, dan sesuai dengan yang tadi ya. Sesuai dengan tadi, ada 6 posisi gitu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 possible position. Ya, or 6 ways to untuk mengurutkan gitu ya. So this is written as 3 factorials ya. Jadi tulisannya 3 faktorial, notasinya 3 tanda seru gitu ya. Okay, so what does it mean? Basically it means 3 factorial times 2 times 1 ya. So we multiply everything until 1. Okay. Yeah, so work out this factorial. So yeah, I will include this as an exercise for you ya, and I'll just give you one example. Yeah, so 5 factorials, for example. Okay, what does it mean? Okay, let's look again. Okay, basically 3 factorial means 3 times 2 times 1. So basically from the number, we multiply by the previous number and the previous number and so on until 1. Yeah. So in this case, 5 factorials will be 5 times the previous number, 4 times the previous number, times the previous number, and so on. So we do it all the way until 1. Yeah, and when we get 1, we stop. And then we can compute this. So 5 times 4 is 5, 20. 3 times 2 is 6, yeah. And then this is 1, so we can ignore this. And so the result, 5 factorials, will be 120, yeah. So this is the answer. Yeah, how about 7 factorial? So basically this is the same. So 7 times 6 times and so on until 1, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, that's it for today, factorials, yeah. And we'll continue with yeah, the formula to find the binomial coefficient or the Pascal's triangle, yeah, is connected to this factorial. So I hope by next meeting you have already understood what factorials mean and how to compute factorials, yeah. Yeah, including this example, yeah. Yeah, so inshallah I will give some examples and yeah, including this example, and yeah, and yeah, like some topics, yeah, some materials as well to prepare for the next meeting. So thank you for your attention. See you in the next meeting, inshallah. If there are still any questions, please contact me, ya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Mr.